Some dear respected brothers and sisters in humanity. A Christian lady, yes, a Christian lady came up to me in a town center and she asked me a question. She said, where was Allah, Arabic word for God, when my husband died of cancer at the age of 55? What can I do? I can only repeat and answer a question according to what Allah says in the glorious Quran. Now, before I read, she had a good life. She said, going on holiday a couple of times a year, drinking wine, enjoying food. So what was she doing? She's following her own desires. So I said, let's take a step back a little bit. When you had the good thing in your life, did you have God in your life during those times? The answer is obviously not, because she was following her own desires. She became slave to her own desires. Of course, anyone who dies is a sad moment for everyone. But as you can see, once her husband died, he died of cancer, as I said. Now she wants to blame God. But prior to that, she did not acknowledge God. She did not have God in her life. You can see God always has been there, past, present, and He will be in the future. No beginning, no end. What can I do, brothers and sisters in humanity? Be a little patient. I can only do as Allah says in the glorious Quran. I can only give an answer from the glorious Quran. So in chapter 29, Surah Ankabut, which means the spider, verse 2, I will read in Arabic. Bismillah. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Do men think that they will be left alone on saying we believe and that they will not be tested? Now, mere lip profession of faith is not enough. It must be tried and tested. In the real turmoil of life, the test will be applied in all kinds of circumstances, in individual life and in relation to the environment around us, to see whether we can strive constantly and put Allah above self. Much pain, sorrow and self-sacrifice may be necessary, not because they are good in themselves, but because they will purify us like fire applied to a goldsmith's crucible to burn out the dross. A couple of other verses I'll read from the glorious Quran. In Surah Baqarah chapter 2, verse 155, and certainly we shall test you with something of fear, hunger, loss of wealth, lives, and fruits, but give glad tidings to as-sabirin, the patient. The believer is patient with the affliction and thus gains a reward. Allah informs us that He tests and tries His servants just as He said in another ayah. Ayah is another word for verse. And it continues. chapter 47, verse 31. And surely we shall try you till we test those who strive hard for the cause of Allah. And as-sabirin, the patient, those who are patient. And we shall test your facts. Example, i.e., the one who is a liar and the one who is truthful. Chapter 47, verse 31. Hence, he tests them with the bounty sometimes, and sometimes with the affliction of fear and hunger. Allah said in another ayah, chapter 16, verse 112, so Allah made it taste extreme of hunger, famine, and fear. The frightened and the hungry persons show the effects of the affliction outwardly, and this is why Allah has used here the word libas, cover or clothes of fear and hunger. In the ayat above, Allah used the word with something of fear, hunger, meaning a little of each. Then Allah said, loss of wealth, meaning some of the wealth will be destroyed. Lives. This will answer the lady's question who posed me, where was Allah when her husband died of cancer? Meaning losing friends, relatives, and loved ones to death. And fruits, meaning the gardens and the farms will not produce the usual or expected amounts. This is why Allah said next, but give glad tidings to as-sabirin, the patient. He then explained whom he meant by the patient, whom he praised. So this life is a test, my dear respected brothers and sisters in humanity. And the verse in Surah Ankabut, chapter 29, verse 2, when Allah said, to the Muslim, to the believers, do men think that they will be left alone on saying we believe and that they will not be tested? Dear respected brothers and sisters in humanity, and this is the answer I give to the lady, may Allah guide her to the truth and make ease for her in difficult times. And this is all for the Muslims. Mere lips profession of faith is not enough. Salam, peace, dear respected brothers and sisters in humanity. Remember, we have a purpose in life is worship the Creator, not the creation. Any questions, any comments are most welcome. This life is a test.